Oh boy, that's a stinger. But, guess what happened today? The Knicks didn't get blown out. That's right. They actually even had the lead late in regulation, 107-104. And their coach made some major mistakes. Some mistakes that ended up costing the team the win. We're going to get into all of it, but the thing I want to stress here, is I get you wanted this win, but I think it's better the Knicks lost this win. This team has been manhandled, has been slapped around, has been punished by the top 3 elite teams in this league. And tonight, that did not happen. That's right. It did take Jaylen Brown coming back from he's got the knee issue or whatever, and he did not play well, but that's going to happen. That's going to happen, especially after 80-something games and you get into the playoffs. Look what happened to us last year. You know, we lost players here and there. Everything has to coalesce perfectly to win a championship. Boston, they've been to the finals. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals and lost until last season. Sometimes a loss can be the best motivator to crystallize right in front of your face. What is it exactly you need to do? The Knicks made so many mistakes in this game. And you look at that score, 119-117, overtime. They made so many mistakes, and the Boston Celtics needed OT to beat this team. Now, they did it on the road at MSG, so shout out to them. They are the champs. But you can, be all get mortified, torture yourself about this. Oh, we should win. At what point was this, you're just going to flip a switch, and now the Knicks, who had been losing to this team by an average of 21 points per game in the 3 previous games, and now suddenly we're just going to destroy them? If we had destroyed them and it was because the Celtics just had an off shooting night, what kind of learning do you get from that? Not much. But when you battle a team, and in the second half, the Celtics caught fire. They shot 50% from the 3-point line in the second half. And if you catch a team like that and you can still stick with them, battle back, keep battling back. Even in overtime, the Knicks were down and they battled back and even took the lead. Now, poor late game execution, poor inbounding. Yes, those are issues. Now, I got to say, this game is an example of why Tom Thibodeau is definitely going to be on the hot seat. Make no mistake about that. Taylor Jenkins, gone. Mike Malone was fired. This is the deepest into a season for a playoff team to ever fire their coach in the history of the NBA. Anything can happen. Thibs knows it. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially if the Knicks meet these Celtics in the second round. If Thibs can learn from his own mistakes, not having Mitch on the court when Boston went big with their Twin Towers, not having Deuce on the court when you had 2.9 seconds left in the game and you're inbounding the ball on their end. You could have won the game right there. Instead, Josh Hart takes the last shot. Now, got to say, though, Josh Hart does make a lot of crazy shot clock buzzer beaters. But this is different. This is the game-winning moment. And you know what? They want Josh Hart to shoot. But they don't want Deuce to shoot. Where was Deuce then? Where was Mitch? Where was Mitch in that last possession that Cat ended up on Tatum and ended up fouling him for 3 free throws? These are things that are correctable. They are correctable. However, you need a coaching staff that sees it and is willing to go with it. Why did Mitch only play, what did he play? 15 minutes on a night where you're facing your most probable opponent in the second round. If you can get past the Detroit Pistons, which I think we will, I don't know why people are saying, oh, it's a big test on Thursday. Fuck that. It's not a test. Fuck that. We have a better record. We're a better team than the Detroit Pistons. Fuck that shit. I'm sick of that attitude. Wake up. We have the 4th best team in the NBA. Yeah, Houston. Okay. All right, 5th best. Or we're tied with Houston or something. This is a good team. Is it a great team? Not a great team yet. Can it become a great team? I think it can. But it takes a coach who's able to coax the greatness out of a team, not just individual players. Because Thibs gets a lot of credit. Oh, look what Brunson's done with his career. Look at Randall. Look at it. Hey, fuck all that. I want a championship, man. Do I believe this coach can get us there? I don't. Do I believe the players can somehow supersede their coach and elevate themselves as a team and maybe play beyond the limitations of their coach? I think they can. And I'll show you something why. You check this out. OG, in a post-game interview, on that last play where he was guarding Tatum, he bit on the jab step fake too hard. It's 107, 104. Don't overdo it. Just stick with him. You don't need to block him. Whatever. Just let him have the fucking 2-point shot. You're up 3. Instead, he bit too hard on it, and Tatum stepped back and sunk the 3 right over him. Here it is. Right there. Boom. Look at that. But look at the quote above. I should have fouled. No shit. You should have fouled. But you know what? You guys should have fouled this guy in the backcourt, and that's something that Coach Thibs should have called. You had a chance to foul anybody in the backcourt. Anybody. Put him on the line. There's 20-something seconds left. Who cares? That means they have to foul you. They probably won't foul you right away. They will probably try to get a steal or force you to turn the ball over, which this team did. Very untimely turnovers throughout the whole game, even though they ended up not turning the ball over that much. 11. But when you count overtime, that's really not that much. They did protect the ball per se, but the key moments, they just made stupid mistakes. Mikal Bridges gets a pass from Cat. He immediately takes his eye off the ball, it bounces off his face and out of bounds, turnover. This is interesting to me, that the player, the dog, the demon, who did not play like a demon on offense tonight because he was too busy trying to slow this guy down. That's another thing. Why do they keep switching? Why does Thibs end up putting Mikal on Tatum? No, just keep OG on Tatum unless OG's off the floor. A lot of questions about this, but at the end of the day, I think this kind of loss that's so close could actually have a double positive effect on this team. Number one, it convinces them, it shows to them that they can play with these guys. Number two, it shows them clearly what they have to work on. Now, when the season is over and you're in the playoffs and all you have to focus on is one opponent at a time, then the team can really bear down and make sure their game plan is tight. So when any type of game situation scenario, they know what to do. Like you don't foul a three-point shooter behind a three-point line. Like you don't allow a three-point shooter to take a three-point shot when you're ahead by 3. Things like that. Like you don't have one of your worst three-point shooters on the court when you need any kind of shooting in the last 2.9 seconds of the game. There's a lot of things that can be learned from this. And the one thing that we did learn from this is that the Mitch Robinson-Cat combination on the floor together works. And not only that, I heard so many people crying, man, what's Mitch going to do against a team like this? Well, guess what he did? He fucking clapped his hands right in front of Jason Tatum out on the three-point line and then blocked his three-point attempt. Mitch is a defensive game changer. People try to mock me about how much I love Mitch. What, do you think he's like Rudy Gobert? Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He can have that kind of impact in the game, and sometimes even a better impact in the game. Don't lose faith in this team. Do not lose faith. To me, this is a very encouraging game. And I think if this team had won this game, it wouldn't have helped them as much. If they had won it, like if they had just blown them out and played fantastic and the Celtics tried everything they could, of course, that's a fantastic type of win. But it wasn't going to be that way by halftime. You know, Knicks were up 6? And immediately in the third quarter, they came out and they looked flat. Immediately let the Celtics take a lead. So that's how quickly it turned. But this kind of game proves to these guys that even when they're down, they can come back. Even when they need a stop, they can get a stop. And they did. They got several stops tonight against this high-powered Celtics championship offense. I am very proud of the effort tonight. Though I am disappointed in Mikal Bridges overall. Though he got hot in that fourth quarter and it helped. Was it the fourth quarter or overtime? But late. It was very late in the game. He was making mistakes left and right. Got into foul trouble early. His first 3 shots were all they were easy. He was open. And there were 2 of them were middies, and the third one was a 3-point shot. He was wide open on it, whiffed on all of them. He wasn't being physical enough. But then something clicked in that fourth quarter, and he delivered some key buckets for the Knicks in that fourth quarter. He played the entire fourth quarter. He was 4 of 6, 9 points for him. He was a high man in the fourth quarter. Got an assist, a rebound, and he played some good defense as well, finally. Not finally. He just, Tatum's a tough matchup for him, so you can't have him on Tatum. OG, on the other hand, he can definitely handle Tatum. One major issue, though, was OG could not do much on the offensive end. It was a very disappointing game from him offensively overall. He shot 5 of 13, 38%. He missed all 5 of his 3-point attempts. He even missed 3 free throws. The Knicks shot 62% from the free throw line. If they shoot their regular 80%, they win this game in regulation. So, did OG have to expend so much effort trying to guard these guys and shut these guys down on the defensive end that he didn't have much on the offensive end? I can see that. That's a legitimate observation, definitely. But let me tell you, we need. You guys ever see this SNL skit? Will Ferrell and Christopher Walken, and they're in a recording studio. More cowbell. We need more cowbell. We need more Mitch Robinson. We need more Mitch. We need more block this monster out there. We need it. This team is not going to rise above these other teams unless Mitch is on the court at least 25, 28 minutes a game. 15 is not going to cut it. He is an impact player out there. And where are the lobs, man? How come no one's giving him a lob? So many things that can be corrected. They don't have to play beyond their ability. That's really my point. They don't have to play beyond their ability. They have to play within their ability and to win these. And they can beat these guys if they play within their ability. Now, they did benefit from Jaylen Brown having an off game, but that's going to happen. Not all 7 guys in the rotation, 8 guys in the rotation are going to, be fucking amazing every single night. No, one guy is going to be, and Brown has struggled against us in the past as well. Now, the thing is, we need to be able to overcome that. We need to play near perfect. Near perfect. Can you do it? I believe you can. I believe, especially when you have the heart of a champion like Jalen Brunson does, and Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart, these guys don't want to lose. I mean, does Hart make lots of mistakes? Feast or famine? Yeah, absolutely he does. But, man, he made a great bucket late in this game to tie it up. I think we took the lead to tie it up. I got highlights for you guys. I got stats breakdowns. let's go. Let's get into it, man. Well, I've been talking for 15 minutes. Thank you so much for checking out this cold open here. Not a cold open, whatever. My opening monologue. My name is George. Welcome into the Knicks-Verse. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. We're really close to 10,000 subscribers, like 9830 or something like that. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Drop your comments. Definitely want to hear your thoughts and feelings about this game and the Knicks and the potential for the playoffs as well. And let's get to it. Here we go. 119-117. Heartbreaker for sure. I would definitely wanted to win this game. But in terms of how this impacts the team moving forward, a loss like this might actually bear more fruit than a win. If the score was reversed, it could actually bear more fruit because the Knicks failed in their execution several times, and yet we're still right there because they have that talent. They have that ability to overcome their own mistakes. I don't understand why the Knicks didn't foul Tatum or any Celtic in the backcourt while up 3 with 20 seconds left in the game. And why wasn't Deuce on the court in the final 2.9 seconds? Another Thibs brain fart. And not just Thibs. Where was Coach Brunson on this? Rick Brunson. Where were any of the other coaches on this? How come they don't get in there and say, hey, let's do this? I don't know. We're really missing Johnny Bryant. And then this. This is also something that's correctable. And when you watch the highlights here, the first shot attempt by Cat from the three-point line, he drains it. But he only took 3. Meanwhile, Porzingis returns to the Garden. He attempts 13 threes, drains 8 of them. I mean, some were like 40-footers, 35-footers. Those are hard to defend. I was going to say, if a guy's willing to take those, I mean, what are you going to do? But sometimes there was nobody at all even close. So that's got to change. But you don't want to give him a complete wide open look. But it's hard to guard a 7'3" 3-point shooter 40 feet away from the basket in the flow of an offense, the flow of the defense itself. It's difficult. He easily could have missed. He could have been 3 of 13, but not tonight. He drained them all, and he was the big difference in this game, no doubt. He shoots 13, drains 8. Towns shoots 3 threes, only 3. He makes one, his very first one. They both finish with 34 points. But in no way, shape, or form can the Knicks ever beat the Celtics with that type of 3-point attempt disparity. You can't have your two of the best 3-point shooters on each team, and one attempts 10 more than your guy, and he drains him at a crazy pace, and you expect to win the game. That's just mathematically impossible. The math is clear. A 42% 3-point shooter like Cat must shoot the long ball, and this is something that must happen for this team to win. He's got to shoot the long ball a lot, like at least 10 times in a game. I've been saying this for a while. Why isn't it happening? Like, what the fuck, man? The whole team itself, find those moments. Highlights. Here it is. There it is. Boom. Drains it. Knicks up 9-5. Knicks should have been up by 10 at this point. But again, mistakes. Left Derek White open there. Poor rotation. Here we go. A double screen. Oh, nice. Brunson, I'll tell you, he looked pretty good tonight. He was 10 of 21. 5 of 12, shot almost 42% from the 3-point line, but did only go to the free throw line only twice. Drained them both, got 10 assists, 27 points for him, a double-double for him. Only turned the ball over twice. One of them was just a terrible one. He was trying to bounce pass it to Hart when Hart was sending him a screen. You could even hear, I think I was in overtime too, you could even hear Brunson squeal because he was so annoyed at himself. Drew Holiday, he rises up above and punishes the Knicks. He finished with 16 points on just 9 shot attempts, 3 assists and 2 steals for Drew. Here we go. Look at that. That's Landry Shamet did not see any play time in the second half and overtime at all because of that play right there. How do you let some guy like that just waltz right into the back? And there was another play like that I think there was 3 minutes left. Was that overtime? You'll see it. McCall. Yeah. Somebody just brain farted there. Okay, nice. Here we go. But Shamet makes up for that mistake there. So the Knicks, we got a nice 8-point lead here in the second quarter. They build it up to 11. McCall finally hits a bucket. So now we're up 11 with 3.5 minutes left to go. And you're hoping, hey, man, Knicks, just hold on to the lead. But nope. Switch happens, and Hart is on Porzingis. No contest for him. He can easily shoot over him. McCall starts getting a little active. You didn't get to see all the McCall misses here. They're not showing them to you. Highlights show mostly makes. Here we go. Look at Derek White. He got fouled, but this one is frustrating. McCall, he couldn't dive and get that ball. It turns into so now it's a 1-point game in that third quarter. And then, but look at this, wide open. Who's covering who? How do you lose track of a giant unicorn like that who used to be a Knick? And then boom, hits another one. But see how the Knicks are sticking there. It's 63-60. In games past, in the previous 3 games against this team, this would have been 28-point lead for the Celtics. But the Knicks kept battling. Look at that. Now it's only a 1-point game. Again, Cat, you have to close out. Why even give that much space to a guy like Porzingis? Look at this, was a crazy one. And that, see what I'm saying? But, okay. So here we're down 7. And the captain, big clutch 3 right there. Now we're down 5. Nice little, cut through. That was a big bucket right there. Now we're only down 2. Mitch steps in. Mitch actually disrupted Tatum right there. Here comes OG, who was not that impactful offensively tonight, as I mentioned before. 0 for 5 from the 3-point line. Did pick up 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 steals, but he committed 4 turnovers for OG, which is not that characteristic for him. This was a big bucket right there. That was just tough. McCall actually played some good defense. He did play good defense on Tatum from time to time, but he just doesn't have the size and the physicality to intimidate Tatum, to intimidate his shot. That's an automatic shot for him. Now Payne comes in, drains that. He was terrible in the first half, but he came through. He committed 2 turnovers and 3 fouls in his 5 minutes of play in the first half. But in the second half, he delivered some good minutes. Now here, McCall starts catching fire. Here we go. Nice 3-point shot. Boom. Knicks battle. They got a lot of loose balls. Now with 7 minutes left, Boston's up 3. Again, look, that's a tough shot. The defense, could he have been a little closer to him? Yes, but I think he still drains that. He's just on fire. And there's Cat, keeps coming through. He gets fouled, but Cat really hurt us from the free throw line tonight. He started off 1 of 4 from the 3-point line. Did hit his final 3 3-point attempts. Free throw attempts, sorry. Here we go. Boom. Again, that's good defense. Just better offense. So now we're down 5. And here we go. Look at this. Wasn't that pretty? But sure sure was needed. So here OG gets Porzingis off the 3-point line, so we give up a 2. Okay. So now we're down 3 here. 2.5 left. Brunson, big time bucket right there. I think he was probably fouled right there. Did not get the foul call. So now we're down 1. Just drain. Oh no, this is a beautiful play. Look at OG, just monsters in. There we go. The demon, the OG we have been seeing of late. Though he wasn't here tonight on offense most of the time, but he hit that big bucket from McCall right there. Little turnaround. Now we're up 105-102. Here it is. Why isn't Mitch in this game right now? Why? They have both their bigs. There's Cornette and there's Porzingis. That could have been Mitch out there who blocked Tatum right there before. And now, that was the cut I was talking about that Hart did. Now, okay, fine. So here, look. OG just gave him way too much room. Let him drive. Let him have that 2-point shot. Now here, Look at this difficult inbound. Why is Hart the guy taking this shot? I mean, yeah, he can make those buzzer beaters, but not with his back to the basket. He's got to dribble and turn. He's not that kind of shooter. And then this. 3.5 minutes left. The Knicks were battling well. I mean, no one could score in those first minute and a half of overtime. And then you give up an easy 2-pointer like that. And then, the Knicks were able to tie at 110. And now here they're down 112, 110. And Brunson, big bully Brunson right there. Now it's all tied up, 112. Porzingis, the switch with Brunson. That's going to be money in the bank all day long. But I mean, it's going to be a switch no matter what. Here is the turnover. Pass to McCall. He's looking right on the ball, even touches his hands, and then he turns this way to see what he's going to do with the ball before he has the ball in his hands. And that was the game. OG drives in. Nice. I wish he had done more of that throughout the whole night. I feel like he didn't even get a shot attempt until the first after 5 minutes of the game had gone by. All right, so here are the stats for yourselves to see. I've been rattling them off, but you can see both Brunson and Towns attempted 21 field goals. Towns hit 14. Brunson hit 10. Towns shot, almost 67% overall, but only 1 of 3 from the three-point line. That is just cannot happen. The Knicks only attempted 38 threes, which is not a terrible number, but when you're facing the Celtics, who attempt like in the high 40s, that's just not enough, especially when they're sinking. That's just not enough. As you can see, Mitch in his 16 minutes of play, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. We'll see. He did pick up. He ended up with 2 blocks and a steal and several deflections himself. Deuce McBride, his second game back, 5 points for him. He was only 1 of 4 from the three-point line, 5 rebounds, but he also played some really good defense at times, though his size is limiting. It limits him. Payne, okay. For a while there, I was just calling. Let's just leave Payne on the bench after that terrible first half, and let's give DeLon Wright some minutes. I think this is the kind of game. Also, again, you need a coach who can pivot. Why not put in a point guard who is 4 inches taller than your backup point guard, DeLon Wright, and he's a good defender, and he's been shooting the 3 decently. Why not put him out there? He's been playing with these guys. So that was a big mistake in my opinion. What else? Josh Hart. Look at this. I know you can see down there the wing starters shoot 2 of 15 from 3. And that was the 2 where only Mikal Bridges, 2 of 6, OG 0 of 5, Josh Hart 0 of 4. If those guys at all get anywhere near their averages, this game is over. The Knicks win by 8 in regulation. So that's what my point is. This was a very winnable game. The Knicks' approach to this game got them close enough, but did they make mistakes here and there? Yes. In-game decisions, situational awareness cost them the game, but they also showed some great situational awareness at times to get themselves back in this game. So it's a tough one. These are the champs. These are the champs that they're facing. The plus minus, McCall ended up a -2. OG was a -7. Towns, the only plus starter, +1 for him, 34 points. But look at those blocks. Knicks finished with 6 blocks. They had 8 steals, 3 steals for Josh Hart, 2 for Anunoby, 1 for McBride, 1 for Mitch, and 1 for Towns. Towns got a block himself, and McCall got a block. Mitch ended up being just a -1, 4 points, 7 rebounds for him, 4 offensive rebounds. The offensive rebounding was good for a good stretch of the game. The Knicks had 17 offensive rebounds tonight, and the Celtics only had 9. Let's keep going. Here are the Celtics numbers. Tatum, 32 points. Porzingis, 34 on just 19 field goal attempts. That's just crazy efficiency. Drew Holiday, 16 points in 9 attempts. Again, crazy efficiency. But Derek White did not have a Derek White type game. 5 of 14. 4 of 12, 33% from the three-point line, 14 points, Jaylen Brown, 6 points for him. That's what you need. You're not going to take away every single Celtic when you're facing them. You need to just suppress the output of enough key players on their end so that you can pull this win out. And the Knicks almost pulled that off tonight. Almost pulled it out. Hauser, only 1 of 4 from the three-point line because they suddenly woke up, the Knicks, and they realized, hey, we got to contest that three-point line when that dude's got the ball. And they did that. Beautiful. And Pritchard, 0 for 3 for him from the three-point line. Here are the team stats. The Knicks outshot the Celtics 47.5% to the Celtics 46%, but the three-point line was the story. They shot 19. They made 19 three-pointers. Knicks made 11. That is a 24-point difference right there. That's hard to overcome. Hard to overcome no matter how many more additional field goals the Knicks get. Knicks got 48 field goal makes. Actually, they got 14 more field goal attempts. That's just a hustle right there. They won the fast break battle, but the points conceded off the turnovers. The Knicks also won that one, which those help overcome the three-point situation. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if the playoffs, when the games are close, because I do feel like the Celtics will blow the Knicks out 1 or 2 times in the playoffs because they're just that great a shooting team. But the Knicks also can be a great shooting team, and they could just have a game where they win by 15 against this team. It's the other games, the other 4 games, because I think I'm hoping it goes 7. It's the other 4 games that are going to be closer to this type of situation. So that's why I think this was an encouraging loss. I really do, because nothing pisses me off more than when I know I could have won and I didn't. And that's what happened tonight. And each one of these guys are going to be thinking about that tonight. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this. There's only 3 games left in the season. I am so hyped for the playoffs. Don't get too demoralized by this loss. It's really my takeaway from here. If anything, we got encouraging evidence that this team has signs of life against an elite squad. That's really should be the final takeaway from this. Okay, I will see you around. Again, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button for me, drop your comments, and I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.